Yep, we're back. So, I made a pretty big mistake with this thing. And I want to come before you all and kind of air it all out there so you know that mistakes do happen. To kind of get to the quick and dirty of it, I had this old Taiwan-made 90cc kit that I bought from a guy called Tazland back like 5 years ago. I was going to use it on my Spree Elite swap, and plans just fell through. I never got to do it. And so I found it on my shelf, and I was like, well, I'm low on compression on the stock 50cc, so let's go ahead and throw this thing on and see how it runs. So off camera, I did install this thing. I was actually videotaping some of it, but it's really not worth showing now because it's all wrong. And I got it to run. It ran great. What I should have done at that point is do a proper break-in procedure, and I didn't. I got really impatient and I wanted to have fun, and so I just took it out for a rip, and I overheated it in pretty quick order. So that's what you're not supposed to do. So I'm coming back to you today. I have actually ordered a Malossi 72cc kit from Scooter Swap Shop. They had a big sale going on for Black Friday, so I bought that. A new CP Polini carb with a filter kit. And we're gonna take this thing apart and go over the engine build and how to do it the correct way. So that's my plan today. Follow along as we do this the right way and then get into the proper break-in procedure so you don't do what I did. So you can kind of see what happened here. I actually started to score the piston skirt, and I'm sure that did some damage to the cylinder wall as well. Now this could be a result of just being a cheap casting, but ultimately I should have done the proper break-in procedure and let these rings settle the way they're supposed to, and probably wouldn't have had this happen so soon, if at all. Well, it's all disassembled, so let's go over the kit that I've obtained. Go over the correct, proper installation procedures and the proper break-in procedures. All right, well, we got it all taken apart. As I showed you, some of the piston skirt has got some scoring on it on both sides, and that's just due to me not doing the proper break-in procedure on this, which ultimately led to, the rings not seating right and causing that damage. So, to remedy this, we are going to go over the 72cc kit that I have purchased from Scooter Swap Shop, as well as the proper installation and proper break-in procedures that you're supposed to do. And then maybe in the future we can have some fun with this thing. All right, so we've got the cylinder head here. These are nice because they actually have a recessed O-ring groove for this rubber or silicone O-ring to sit inside. And what's better about that is you can actually take some Honda Bond to get it kind of tacky and have it sit in place and it won't fall. And that's as opposed to these traditional type with the stamped steel gasket that goes in here. Usually you'll want to put some Honda Bond or some kind of gasket sealant to have it sit in place. You can see I had some there. So with this, a little bit less worries and a lot better seal. If you do it properly, you're definitely not going to have any leaks up here. We've got some exhaust studs. Looks like we got a small jet. I don't think this is going to fit in my carburetor because I got that Polini CP, but I did get a jet kit to come with it. And right here we've got our cylinder and jug set up. And then lastly we've got base gasket, exhaust gasket, and the cylinder head gasket. Probably not going to use this. I actually ordered some of the copper exhaust gaskets from Scooter Swap Shop. They highly recommend those because these, if you're using an aftermarket exhaust, you can actually bend the exhaust. So I went ahead and we're not going to run this. I've got one of those copper gaskets on order. All right, let's go over tools that we're going to use for this. Really not too many tools like you would think for an engine build. These two strokes are pretty simple. So we've got our regular ratchet set here with a impact driver with a 1/4 inch drive on it. We've got flathead, a few ratcheting wrenches if we come in anything we really need for this, but probably won't even use these. And then a couple of plier sets to get in those clips for the wrist pin. That's really it. Aside from that, you're going to want to get some Honda Bond and some kind of grease or oil to lube up all your parts before you start. I've got some synthetic 0W20. I might actually grab some 2-stroke roll to do this, honestly. And then some marine grease for just, putting the bearings and getting the hold in place. Alright, the first and probably most important step is to get these mating surfaces clean. I like to use a flat blade razor and maybe some brake cleaner to soften up the gasket material to get this as clean as possible. Be careful when you're using these razors not to score the surface, as that could also cause very small channels for air to leak through. Once I am done scraping this all off, I will go back with some more brake cleaner or rubbing alcohol and clean that surface and make sure it is dry and free of contaminants. After that, we can go back and lightly coat the surface with some Honda Bond and set down our gaskets to make that seal. When you see this arrow, that means it is facing the exhaust side. So this arrow should be pointing to this side of the engine since our exhaust comes out of here. When you're putting on your piston rings, you're going to pay attention. There will be these small indentions that you see right there and right there. That's where this needs to line up at. You can see there's a gap right there. That will go around that indentation that you see right there. We're going to want to line it up in the cylinder on that, or else you can crack your rings. Now, unfortunately, I lost some of the footage of me completing the ring installation, as well as inserting the wrist pin and the snap rings, and pretty much the rest of assembling the cylinder. So we're just going to have to go ahead and skip towards the end of me rotating the assembly around and getting the top end put together. Alright, we got the cylinder all installed, wheeled up, the rings are in the correct place. You can see we've got a decent amount of oil on pretty much everything in here. So that's going to help us out get this thing lubed up. And just put some down in here, but you can't really tell, just for the heck of it. So we're going to go ahead and get the head thrown on this thing. I did go ahead and throw some Honda Bond on top and bottom of that gasket, so this is very important. You want to get the best seal possible, so Honda Bond or maybe some, I don't know, like Yama Bond or whatever, but really this is probably the best stuff you can get for it. Absolutely highly recommend this stuff. Alright, so now that we got the top end all put together and the head torqued down, I'm going to drop in these exhaust studs using some blue thread locker. You can use red if you'd like, but I want these to be able to come out if I need them to. What I'm going to do to torque these things down is the double nut method, so backing 2 nuts up against each other to give me something to rotate on. That's going to allow me to get these things torqued down pretty tightly, and then I can break the 2 nuts loose and pull them off. Okay, now when it comes to breaking in the cylinder, there's a lot of debate online on what the proper procedure is, but I was going off of what Scooter Swap Shop did in their video, and a couple things I've read in some 2-stroke forums online, and that is to bring the bike up to operating temperature at idle, giving it a few blips of the throttle in between, and then let the bike cool all the way down. And then start it back up, let it warm up all the way again, doing the same thing, take it for a slight cruise around the neighborhood, let it all cool down again, and then generally you're going to be good to go. With these Melosis, these are pretty reliable kits from what I've seen, so they shouldn't need too much, but at least give it that first couple heat cycles before you really get on it, and that should be good enough. Alright, so it's been a few days. The bike is running great. Here's some clips of me just taking this thing around the neighborhood. giving her a little gas, having some fun with it. This thing is definitely a ripper. I cannot wait to get this trans tuned on this thing and really open it up, see what it can do.